And after all the backlash with the BBC, Sky News is alleging that the Australian Broadcast Corporation also deceptively edited President Trump's January 6th speech, and they claim the edit was in the Australian ABC's Four Corners program on Trump's final days in office. Here's the allegedly edited clip in question.
And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you, because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength, and you have to be strong.
And here's the president's actual speech.
And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here we're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women, and we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them, because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength, and you have to be strong.
So Jonathan Turley, GW law professor, Fox News contributor. We just got this statement, so I'm going to read it off my phone here. This is from the Australian Broadcasting Corporation and the Four Corners program. Comparing the BBC's Panorama program to the ABC's Four Corners program is opportunistic and false. The grab on Four Corners was used accurately by the program. The editing did not change the meaning of that section of the speech and did not mislead the audience. The program was consistent with the ABC's high standards of factual, accurate, and impartial storytelling. Let me turn over to you, and what do you think about their defense?
Well, Dana is consistent with their standards, and those standards are abysmal. I mean, it's clearly misleading the way they edited that segment. And we've seen this for years. Many of us have been writing about it, objecting to it. We saw the J6 committee do this routinely. So they would, in all of these hearings, they would cut out the president saying, we're going to go there peacefully. And there's two parts of this speech that are routinely edited out by the media. One is his statement that we're going to go there peacefully. The other is his statement that we're going to go there to cheer on our allies. And both of them do not fit with this narrative. And it just so happens they are routinely cut out. And, you know, the fact is the BBC did see two of their top people resign. For full disclosure, I used to be a BBC legal analyst. But the fact is, when you look at the BBC segment and this segment, it's hard to believe that anyone could have edited that without acknowledging that they were changing the thrust of his comments.
So Caroline Leavitt was asked about this yesterday at the White House briefing, and she talked about the BBC in particular. Watch.
The president was deeply concerned by the editing, the purposeful and dishonest editing of his speech that was so clearly fake news. The president's external legal counsel has filed a lawsuit against the BBC. We expect that to continue, and whether they apologize or not is up to them.
And The Guardian is reporting that the BBC is considering an apology, saying that given an apology for the edit has been made by the BBC's chair, senior figures see no reason why a more personal apology cannot be made to the president in his official response to the legal threat. Would an apology be enough here, or do you think that this external lawsuit the president is filing will continue?
I'm not just sure it will be enough. If you look at some of the past lawsuits that have been filed, an apology is certainly warranted here. And it's also important for them to remove the original edit from the internet version of this segment. So they need to make sure that they correct it in some meaningful way. There's an irony here, Dana, because usually there's an advantage. I teach defamation, and there's an advantage for plaintiffs to bring defamation cases in England. It's a much better jurisdiction to bring that type of case than the United States. It's one of the differences between two systems that are very close in terms of our common law. But you really can't bring this case right now because of the time passage in England. So the advantages probably rest with BBC if this were to go to trial in the United States, because we have a robust standard protecting the media. And as a public official, President Trump will have to prove what's called actual malice, so that they knew the falsehood of their statement or showed reckless disregard as to the falsehood. Now, there's certainly evidence that can be used here, but it's an awfully high standard.
Yep, a high bar to clear. Jonathan Turley, thanks. It's great to see you today.
Thanks, Dana. Thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.